Hey, welcome to the Micheaux Mission. Two men, one podcast, every black film ever made. My name is Len, aka the Bat Tribble. And as always, I am joined by my partner.
Hey, this is Vincent Williams.
Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we are. What are we doing? It's summer. So we're doing a road trip. It's not actually a road trip. We're taking a plane and we're going down to Key West, Florida. I've been here before.
I did have a question, though, before we started. Y'all just have to sit for the question.
Oh, God.
The guy that he called the monkey, was he the voodoo king, too? Was that the same guy?
No, it's not the same guy.
All right, go ahead.
No, he's not the same guy.
All right. All of that will make sense
jumping ahead.
in a half hour or so.
Jumping ahead, Vincent. Oh, God.
Hey, a monkey, get out of the seat. Let a real man sit there. That'd be the pull quote from the movie. They should put that on the poster.
Take two. Hey, welcome to the Micheaux Mission. Two men, one podcast. Every black film ever made. My name is Len, a.k.a. the Bat Tribble. And as always, I'm joined by my partner.
Hey, this is Vincent Williams.
Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, it is the summertime, and we are taking a trip down to Key West, Florida for Vincent's selection on this stop on the mission. It's from 1957, and it features the feature film debut of one Cicely Tyson.
Yes.
In a film that stars Ethel Waters.
Yes.
It is a lost treasure that has been recently found
Easy.
and brought to us by way of our good friends at Real Black.
Yes, absolutely.
CARIB Gold.
Mm-hmm.
Vincent's selection for this stop on the Micheaux Mission. Before we get into that, I want to give a shout out to each and every one of you out there watching us as we are streaming live from Yunk Junk here in Manayunk to YouTube, as well as Facebook and all points north, south, east, and west. And hello to everyone in the chat as we are streaming live. I see each and every one of you. Mo, Sean, Geoffrey, George is back 3 weeks in a row. Robert Monroe Jr., Deborah Battle, everybody's in there. Hello, hello, hello.
Good evening, one and all.
Vincent, how are you?
I am fine. I am fine these waning days of summer.
I'm curious, Vincent.
Okay. And we begin.
How did you spend our new inaugurated Black holiday, Fadesgiving?
I thought it was fade in the water.
it's many things.
Fade in the water. Well, like many people, I spent it in a non-productive fashion. Just
scrolling through memes.
Scrolling through memes. And
if you don't know what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen, where have you been?
Where have you been?
Where have you been? We are referring to that piece of glorious film. Roll that beautiful film from August 5th, this past Saturday, when we came and we took prisoners. We went ham on the pier. Where was it? Was it down in?
It was Montgomery.
Montgomery, yeah.
Montgomery, Alabama.
Montgomery, Alabama. A captain, a riverboat captain, doing his job.
Doing his job.
And the next thing you know, he is beset upon.
Set upon.
By these white drunkards.
Drunken louts.
Drunken louts.
Yeah.
That's a good name for
Absolutely.
them, Vincent. But into the rescue came Black Manta himself.
The community. The whole community.
All of Atlantis.
Yeah.
Came and just, oh my God, it was glorious.
Yeah. And then Black people just showed our originality, our creativity, and memes and jokes and song
and animation. Oh my God.
Yeah.
The one piece of animation I saw, I think I shared it with you, where they dubbed the boat the SSFA FO.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Which
Oh,
is
yeah.
for F around and find out.
Yeah.
For those who don't know. Oh my God, it was so freaking glorious, man.
Yeah.
But there's a lot to if you really want to get deep into it. And I'm not saying we need. This is a movie podcast. We don't need to go but so deep into it. You know, it was fun. We've all enjoyed the last couple of days. But there's a lot to unpack about there. There are lessons to be learned. Not for us.
I mean, look, again, F around and find out is not just a saying.
No, it is not.
You know, just everybody, if everybody just do what they're supposed to do, we all just go on about our lives.
Yeah, yep. It's just that simple.
Just move your boat, let the ferry go by.
Exactly.
Everybody goes on about their day.
And you didn't even have to move your boat because the man came to move the boat for you.
Look,
very nice and gingerly.
Just everybody be cool.
But now, 3 white men have been arrested.
For now. I was about to say as of this.
Oh, yeah. It's probably going to be a little bit more.
And now there's a holiday.
Now there's a holiday. August 5th.
August 5th.
Fadesgiving.
Yeah. So.
Now, what is Fadesgiving going to look like in the future, though?
I don't know. We were talking, they were like maybe the elder man in the gathering will throw up his hat in the air to commence that it has begun.
and then all the white people will stay indoors?
Right. The youngest man will have to swim to the gathering. So it's all being worked out.
It's all being worked out?
All being worked out.
I can't wait to read the official doctrine.
Of course.
For Thanksgiving.
Of course. It's like 6 months after I just forgot. With the feats of strength and airing of grievances.
Oh, Festivus.
Yeah, Festivus.
6 months after Festivus.
It's 6 months after Festivus.
It's Fadesgiving.
It's Fadesgiving.
No, because Festivus is not a black holiday.
Well, this is the Festivus for the rest of us.
I see what you did.
You see what I did there?
Very good, Vincent.
All right.
Very good. All right, let's get into the show, ladies and gentlemen. We have, believe it or not, Vincent, we have emails.
Oh, missives from the missionaries.
We have missives from the missionary.
So what else is going on, Lynn?
We have emails, Vincent.
Ooh, missives from
For
the
those who are watching from home, Alex is in the building. Dylan has a rare night off. I think he's getting a haircut.
All right.
But Alex is in the building and is doing a wonderful job. Missives from the missionaries,
okay,
ladies and gentlemen. Starting with number 1, Vincent. This is from Michael Sykes.
Hey, what's up, Michael?
The subject line is Posse.
Okay.
Is better.
Oh.
Than Thomasine and Bushrod.
Oh, you're bugging, Michael.
Hello, Len and Vincent. Posse from 1993 is way better than Thomasine and Bushrod. Posse had better acting, a better score, even though the story is all over the place. I still love that movie. I'll choose Mario Van Peebles' acting in Posse over Glenn Turman's horrible Jamaican accent. By the way,
I always forget about that.
By the way, Stephen Baldwin and Big Daddy Kane, their chemistry was on point. Another thing, 1991's A Rage in Harlem is a great movie. Y'all never gave Baja Jola and John Toles Bay, who played the villains, their proper respect of how great they were in that movie. And when y'all reviewed the movie, I did not once hear "Pop Goes the Weasel." If you watch the movie, you'll understand what I mean. I still love the show, though. Felt like he needed to throw in that caveat.
Look, it clearly there is engagement.
There's engagement.
Which is all we want.
It really is all we want.
So, you know.
And you can engage us with your foolishness, Michael, anytime that you like.
I appreciate the alternate read.
that's an alternate reality.
No,
When anybody accepts Mario Van Peebles acting over Glenn Turman very obviously having the time of his life.
True.
In Thomasine and Bushrod.
Right. He actually zigged when I thought he was going to zag. Like, I thought he was going to say that Mario Van Peebles was better than Max Julian in Thomasine and Bushrod. And then I was going to be like,
they're probably even. They're probably even, but I think for whatever reason, like, and then we talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
In Thomasine and Bushrod, Max Julian, I think, is trying so hard that he dials back his natural chemistry.
Right.
You know, or charisma.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So if you want to say that Mario Van Peebles maybe pops a little bit more in Posse, that's an argument to be made.
Right. And, sort of focusing on Mario Van Peebles, as I've said it fairly recently, you take Mario Van Peebles out of Posse completely, and you got a solid movie.
Well, okay. All right. I still think the story's a little all over the place.
But
I hear you.
Well, if you get Mario Van Peebles out of it, you take like 3 plots.
Well, that's true.
With them.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point. You got a good TV show.
But thank you, Michael. We like the engagement.
Now here he has a PS that's a little off topic.
Okay.
But this certainly fits with you.
Okay.
Because for those who don't know, ladies and gentlemen, Vincent actually used to host a radio show.
I did. It's true.
And what was the name of the radio show?
Oh, It's All Soul.
It's All Soul.
Yeah.
Covering soul music that he did with his cousin. And his question is, what is your top 5 Isley Brother albums? He gives his.
Okay.
Do you want to hear his?
I do.
I don't know if this is necessarily what order this is, so I'm just going to read it. 3 plus 3.
Of course. All right, go ahead.
Go for Your Guns. The Heat Is On. Go All the Way. And Eternal.
Okay. I agree with that, mainly because except for 3 plus 3, which, for those of you who don't know, the Isley brothers, well, they're brothers, but it's a fairly big family. And the Isley brothers, the 3 of them, Ron and the 2 other brothers, were basically the Isley brothers. Some younger brothers started a group with their cousin, and that was Isley Jasper Isley.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I always did hear that.
And 3 plus 3 is the album where they all
got together.
became, and that is my de facto favorite Isley Brothers album, because I'm embarrassed to say I usually just listen to like the
singles.
Right, just the singles, as opposed to the albums.
What is the hit that comes off of 3 plus 3?
Oh my God, what is off of 3 plus 3? Who's that lady on 3 plus 3?
Oh, so it's older album.
I mean, yeah. I mean, 3 plus 3 is post Isley Jasper Isley.
Oh yeah, okay, fair enough.
Oh, what is off? It's something. What is on 3 plus 3? I was not ready for Isley Brother talk.
I'm sure you weren't. weren't.
But I should always be ready for Isley Brother talk.
You should be.
What's on 3 plus 3? You looking it up?
I'm looking it up.
Yeah.
I can tell you. Let's see.
I don't think Harvest for the World is on there.
No, I know that's not on there.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna give you all the tracks.
Okay.
You Walk Your Way.
That's a good song.
That Lady, parts 1 and 2.
Yeah, that's.
Listen to the Music.
Mm-hmm.
If You Were There. The Highways of My Life. When it comes down to Summer Breeze. Don't Let It Be Lonely Tonight. And Sunshine Go Away Today.
Yeah. So.
All right.
That's actually a very good PS. Because now I'm going to spend this week listening to Isley Brothers albums.
Well, there you go.
And there are way worse ways to spend your week.
Very good. Very good.
So
all right.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you, Michael.
Mm-hmm.
We also heard back from April McFadden.
Hey, what's up, April?
And this is Pushback for Idlewild.
Okay. I love that we're getting notes on older episodes.
I love that.
love this. All right, what's the pushback on Idlewild?
Len and Vince.
Okay.
She begins. I enjoyed the pre-review banter and the stories of your friends detoxing for a good government job are hysterical.
It's so true. Oh, did you know people who sold urine?
Yes.
The 90s were wild.
90s.
Why were Oh my goodness.
That is a
gracious.
cottage industry, my friend. Now on to why I'm here. I say this with a caveat that I'm from Atlanta.
Okay.
And born in 1993, so
Okay.
my love for Outkast runs deep.
All right.
I grew up down the street from Tri-Cities High School where they formed the group. And Len, we might tussle over you butchering the song and the album names. I'm sorry.
Okay.
However,
However.
I disagree with some of the critiques on the directorial writing choices.
Okay.
I think the dance scenes were shot the way they were to convey the frenetic energy of Rooster's life while he is juggling a lot of things.
Okay.
Family, church, getting out of the business while starting his own. Also, I believe he was trying to advance the story without losing the musical nature of the film. I should add that I hate musicals typically lock in on a dance number and then you're stuck listening to a song that may be good or bad. Also, percentage-wise, are most musical songs memorable? Fair point. Regarding the lighting, this is out of my depth, but could Barber intentionally have lit it that way to convey the mood and feeling of a dingy club in that era? Regarding Patti LaBelle, budget issues aside, maybe not having her sing was intentional to make a historical point about Black women performers at the time. Although they could have had Patti singing the last 30 seconds of her song and be coming off stage to run into Paula Patton. Regarding no memorable songs, Moving Cool with Badu from their self-titled album and repurposed for the movie, and Chronomentrophobia.
See, you messing up the title right now. You about to get jumped on by April.
April's about to come and whip my ass. Lastly, I believe the society gave and still gives too much to Andre 3000.
Oh.
More than he wanted. Not more than he deserved, but people overdid and are still overdoing it. Probably made him more reclusive than he started.
He's like in Kyoto right now playing like pan flute.
Okay, I'll be back, I'm sure.
Okay.
April.
All right. Thank you, April. Once again, engagement with the material is fantastic. We appreciate it.
We definitely do. I love that.
And that's what this is all about. You don't have to agree with us.
No, not at all.
I actually like it when people don't agree with us. Makes for a lively conversation.
Then you've enjoyed these two emails.
I've enjoyed these two emails.
These are two people that I like.
Right. And it's so many episodes between the ones that they've cited and our episode now that they'll have lots of opportunities to.
Well, April, I see like this email and I think her last email are from her iPhone.
Right.
So she is literally like.
Right. She's listening to episodes and type, look, I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you, April. Thank you.
It's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. Shout out. I see that I missed a couple of things in the chat, but I saw people were repping for.
Right. Leave the chat alone.
Okay, but
you get distracted.
Okay, but I saw one that. Okay, I'm sorry.
Because you know what happens? Have we talked about Romper Room? I know we've talked about Romper Room.
Romper Room?
You remember Romper Room? Did y'all not have Romper Room here in Philly?
We had it, but I can't even remember what it was.
Do you remember when Miss Sally? I think it was Sally. Was it Miss Sally on Romper Room?
I can't remember the premise of Romper Room.
It was a children's.
I know it was a children's show.
It doesn't matter what the premise is.
Okay,
She did stuff. I'm sure it was puppets and things, marionettes and little activities. But the important thing is that she had a magic mirror.
Okay.
And she would look in the magic mirror and say hi to all of the children
Yes.
watching.
Yes.
And she never saw me. I see Sally. I see Julie. I see Kevin. I see Mark. I see Lynn. And she never saw me. And that always bothered me that she never saw me. And then as I got older, I realized that obviously she can't name everyone.
Right.
And it's sort of like where you hear people and they go and they win awards and I want to thank this one, I want to thank, and you invariably forget somebody. So it's better to just say thank you to everybody. We love all the missionaries. I would hate to miss somebody because it's things and they're moving fast and then you get distracted. And so we read everything, but just stay focused because you're going to miss somebody. And then someone is going to feel offended, even though you didn't do it on purpose. And I know your heart's in the right place, but it's a lot of moving pieces. So let's just do the show and do our thing. Because sometimes Miss Sally looks in the magic mirror and she doesn't see people. So come on.
Okay.
All right, come on.
We're going to keep it moving.
Keep it moving. Keep it moving.
And that means we're going to move on to the top 5.
Top 5. Who's your top 5? My top 5 is. My top 5 is. My top 5 is. My top 5 is. My top 5 is.
Top 5, ladies and gentlemen, where I have a list that I have compiled, and then I read it out here on the show, and Vincent offers scintillating, intriguing, and sometimes funny commentary.
It's always scintillating and intriguing, though.
But every once in a while.
Every once in a while. I didn't know it was intriguing.
No, it's always intriguing.
Always intriguing.
I'm always intrigued.
Always intrigued.
Because I never know what you're
Never
going to say.
Never know.
Never know.
That's right.
Never know. Now.
All right.
As always, I try and keep this in theme.
All right, thematic.
We are reviewing from 1957, CARIB Gold.
We are.
So, I wondered, are there other black films that have gold
In the title.
in the title?
So these are 5 black films with the word gold in the title.
Yes.
Interesting. Let's see what we got.
What is more interesting
Oh, yes.
is that these are the only black films that I was able to find.
With the word gold in the title.
Outside of CARIB Gold.
I'm very interested because I can't think of any off the top of my head.
I don't think, and I stretched it for one.
Okay, well, let's hear what it is.
And this was number 5
Okay.
from 1927.
Oh, boy.
Tarzan and the Golden Lion.
Tarzan and the Golden Lion.
Now this is the only one that I have that has golden in it.
Sure.
But it's from 1927.
Okay.
Stars James Pierce as Tarzan.
This is so old that Johnny Westmeyer isn't even the Tarzan.
He's not born yet.
He's not even born yet.
Frederick Peters plays Esteban Miranda, the villain. The reason why I designate this as a black film
Because it's 30,000 black extras playing the natives.
yes,
Yeah.
that, and leading the natives
Okay.
is Owaza. That is the character's name.
Okay.
Owaza.
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 Okay, who is played by?
Boris Karloff.
So he's in blackface?
Yes.
Wow.
Well, brown face. It's not like totally blackface, but it's brown
Wow.
face. Yes. Owaza. Boris Karloff as Owaza in Tarzan and the Golden Lion.
Sometimes racism is so breathtaking, it actually gives me pause. So in an actual Tarzan movie
Mm-hmm. Admittedly from 1927, early days
with
of sound.
natives
Mm-hmm.
in the Tarzan movie,
Mm-hmm.
they had a white man play one of the natives.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yes. Yes. This predates Frankenstein.
Wow. That is legitimately fascinating.
I thought so.
Is that available?
I don't know.
Okay.
It was only recently unearthed, like within the last 20 years or so.
It was a forgotten Tarzan movie.
It was forgotten. Well, because like this guy James Pierce, this is his one and only Tarzan.
Johnny Westmeyer was somewhere swimming. Somewhere swimming.
I think he was swimming in the womb.
Yeah.
If anything.
All right.
Anyway,
All right.
so we have that.
Okay. All right. All right.
Number 4.
Number 4.
The only other black film that I was able to find with the word gold in the title.
Okay. Well, I'm interested to see what the
From 2003.
2003.
Dub C, bandana swanging, all that glitters ain't gold.
You sound like you having an aneurysm at first. I didn't know what was happening.
It's a name. Do you know Dub C? You know the rapper Dub C?
I don't.
You know you.
I don't.
If you saw him, you would know him.
I wouldn't.
He had a group. It was Dub C and the Low Profile.
Yeah, I don't.
The Mad Circle. Excuse me. Anyway, he
sounds terrible.
In 2003, he put out a documentary
About his life as Dub C.
Yes, it's called Bandana Swangin'. All that glitters is gold.
All that glitters is gold.
Well, excuse me. All that glitters ain't gold.
Ain't gold. Okay,
Ain't
all
gold,
right.
which is his slogan. That's like his.
That's his slogan. That's his.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
With a stylish mix of home movies chronicling his career starting in '89 on tour with Ice Cube, Dre, Eminem, and Snoop, and the rap supergroup West Side Connection. Remember that?
He was in West Side Connection, or was he on tour with West Side Connection? He was in West Side Connection.
He went on tour with Cube, Dre, Eminem, and Snoop on the Up and Smoke tour.
Right.
And then it says the rap supergroup West Side Connection. I think he was the third one. Because wasn't the West Side Connection, it was Cube and let's see, now I gotta look up the West Side Connection. Now I gotta look up the West Side Connection. I really think that it was Cube.
I ain't really like West Side Connection.
You didn't like him? Yeah, it was. It was Cube, Dub C, and Mac 10.
Okay. All right. So, well, there you go. That also has gold in the title.
Yes. So this is a documentary to learn all about Dub C, the life of Dub C.
What's it say about me that I'd rather see the Tarzan movie?
You'd rather see the Tarzan movie? You'd rather
like
see Boris Karloff?
Like I'm hoping there are some movies on here that I want to see more than the like. I hope the takeaway isn't me trying to figure out how to get to the Tarzan movie.
There is one movie on here that I guarantee you're going to want to see.
Oh, I hope so.
I do.
I mean, you already have one because I do want to see this Tarzan movie.
Okay.
All right.
It's not this next one.
Yeah, all right. What's the next one?
The next one is number 3. House of Gold.
House of Gold.
From 2013.
2013.
Which is a Nigerian Ghanaian film.
Okay.
All right. That narrates the story of a business mogul and socialite, Dan Asa Williams, who is dying of cancer and has been told that he has 6 weeks left to live.
Mm-hmm.
He makes a decision with the help of his attorney to call all his children back home, most of whom were born out of wedlock.
Oh, no.
And various illicit affairs.
Oh, no.
The reunion spins a lot of surprises as each child returns with an agenda, which then sets up hilarious results.
Oh, it's a comedy.
It's a comedy.
Okay.
It's a comedy.
I'm in.
That was released in 2013 in Ghana and Nigeria. Though the film was met with generally negative critical reviews, it received nominations at the 2013 Ghana Movie Awards.
Okay.
The 2014 Africa Magic Viewers Choice Awards.
Okay.
And the 2013 Zulu African Film Academy Awards. and it won 6 awards at the Zulu African Awards, including Best Picture,
Wow.
Best Director,
Wow.
Best Supporting Actor,
Wow.
Best Supporting Actress,
Wow.
and Best Cinematography.
Wow. The Zulu African was a Zulu
The
Academy.
Zulu African Film Academy Awards.
They really like this.
They
movie.
really liked House of Gold.
Okay. All right. I'd want to see that more than the Tarzan movie.
You would.
I would. All right.
Interesting.
All
Okay.
right. Number 4.
That was number 3.
Number 3.
That was number
All
3. Note to Alex, we are going to do number 1 right now. Okay.
Oh, we're gonna skip over 2.
Yeah, we're gonna skip over 2 because in looking at this, I think two is actually the one you're gonna want.
2 is
to see.
actually all right. Okay. All right. Well, what's 1?
But number 1 is, I believe, possibly the best film of all of these films,
Okay.
and that is Cleopatra Jones,
Of course.
and the Casino
And the
of Gold
Casino of Gold. That's right.
from 1975.
That's right.
The sequel,
Yes.
Cleopatra Jones, once again starring Tamara Dobson,
Yeah.
as well as Stella Stevens is in this film, and from Three's Company, Norman Fell.
Norman Fell.
Mr. Roper
Mr.
himself.
Roper himself.
Yes, the story begins with 2 government agents who have been captured by the Dragon Lady,
Yes.
one Stella Stevens.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Cleopatra Jones then travels to Hong Kong to rescue the agents, where she teams up with Mi Lin Fong
Mm-hmm.
and ends up in the Dragon Lady's casino,
Mhm.
which in actuality is the headquarters of her underground drug empire.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That is Max Julian, who famously was the writer of
That's
the
right.
original Cleopatra Jones.
Wrote it for Vanetta McGee. Back to Bushrod and Thomasina.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
He refused to participate in the Casino of Gold, however,
Mm-hmm.
and instead got token credit for the story and script having been based on characters created by him.
Does it say why he refused?
It doesn't say. It doesn't
Okay.
say. I would imagine probably because that's maybe not what he would have done with the character.
Okay.
You know, they certainly
I
sensationalized it.
mean, the first thing you would have done was cast his
His
girlfriend,
girlfriend.
Vanetta McGee, in the studio. Said, "Yeah, we're not doing that."
Yeah, we're not going to do that.
All right, but what's number 2 then?
Number 2.
Number 2.
This is a film that I don't know if you're aware of. I certainly was not aware of.
Okay.
I'm wondering if a certain past guest of the Micheaux mission was aware of it.
Okay. All right.
And I know there are quite a number of people out there who are missionaries who probably would want to get their hands on this film.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's from 1994.
Okay.
It was a direct-to-video film
Okay.
titled 3 Chains of Gold.
Oh, wait? Is that is that the Prince?
That is
Documentary?
In fact, no, it's not a documentary. It's not a documentary, but it is produced and directed by Prince.
Yeah.
Starring Prince and the New Power Generation. It is a collection of videos for songs for the album Love Symbol
Mm-hmm.
that are tied together with a loose plot line.
Oh.
The story begins with the assassination of Egyptian Princess Micheaux,
Mm-hmm.
her father, by
Mhm.
7 unknown assailants.
Mm-hmm.
Micheaux believes that the assassins were after the sacred 3 chains of gold. So she sets out to meet with Prince,
Mm-hmm.
as she believes he is the only one
Yeah.
that can protect the chains from the 7 assassins.
I mean, obviously, if there are 7 assassins after you, who else would you call?
Who else would you call but 5'3" Prince?
Hey, but it's 5'3" of dynamite, as opposed to 6'2" of dynamite, which would be Cleopatra Jones. That's what you see on her poster. She's 6'2" of dynamite. I used to have a Cleopatra Jones poster.
Really?
I did.
I believe that.
I did.
Tamara Thompson.
Yeah.
So you knew of this film?
I did.
I never heard
did
this.
not know it was a narrative film though. I thought it was
Just like
documentary concert footage.
I never heard of this.
Yeah. Mhm.
I never heard of it at all.
Yeah. And you said this was because I really like the Symbol album.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really solid. I'm hit or miss on the New Power Generation as a band.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was always that dude rapping.
Well, but I mean, that's you can't be mad at him. That's Prince puts.
Yeah, I know, but that kind of, that kind of.
Because it wasn't good rapping.
Right, but that's a good album.
Huh?
Yeah, that's a good album. All right. Well, there you go.
There you go.
There you go.
All right.
Very solid.
Thank you.
Very solid. I think I'd watch all of those films.
No, you wouldn't.
No, I would.
You would.
I would.
You would watch Dub C.
Oh, no.
Swagger.
Except for, see, my wife teases me all the time about, this is actually kind of terrible when you think about it, but like I self-edit my life all the time.
Okay.
Like when you, like I don't see ugly people or like I don't like unpleasant things. Like and it just happened. I self-edit all the time. And I did it just now. I had already edited that out of my life. So when I talk about this conversation, I'm going to talk about 4 films. I'm going to say, yeah, because we talked about the Boris Karloff in blackface, and then we said the Casino of Gold, and then it was this really interesting Nigerian Ghanaian film that seemed like it would have been a drama, like I was getting Shakespearean vibes out of it, but then Lynn said it was a comedy, and then we talked about the Prince film that I thought was concert footage, but apparently it has a loose narrative. And then someone would say, doesn't Lynn usually do a top 5? And I'd say, yeah, isn't it weird how it wasn't a 5th one? I do it all the time. I might need to talk to somebody. That and the way I can compartmentalize, well, you've seen that. I can just compartmentalize in such a way that it actually, like, maybe you should talk to somebody about this.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
That is scary.
So those are my 2 things. I self-edit and I compartmentalize. So I'd already forgotten about that.
Okay.
What were we talking about?
Oh, God. Oh, my God. In the chat, George Carmona said he closed the door on that memory like Michael in The Godfather.
Look. It's funny, but it's not really funny. I do it all the time. I swear to God, I had completely forgotten about it. It's like, oh yeah, that's some bullshit. That don't need to be in my head. Just go ahead and edit. Let's go ahead and snip that out real quick.
Oh, God. That's funny.
And this is how you know I love the podcast, though. Because I have a memory of every single one of our episodes.
You do?
I do. I can pull it. Like, we
Right.
do it all the time. Like, you'll say
Yes,
something.
that's true. You do.
And I'll say, oh, we reviewed that. And I said, yeah, we reviewed that.
Okay. Yes, you love our podcast.
Yes.
You do.
I do.
You also only listen to one podcast.
Yes.
So that's a little bit of a difference. I mean, I listen to multiple podcasts.
No, I'm not saying that you don't, but I'm just saying, we've been doing this for years, and as someone who self-edits all the time, I've not edited out anything from us.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. It's nice to meet you, young man. What's your name? It's been good talking to you these past 20 minutes.
We should do this more.
We should do this more often.
I don't know if that means that you edited me out because I'm ugly, though. You know,
it's a shame. Go ahead. Let's get into the top 5. No, we did the top 5.
Wipe the clean. Oh, God. It's time for 6 Degrees of D'Urville Martin.
Something that we do all the time.
That's the key. Why you would be surprised what a person can do with just a sensitive touch and a sense of sound.
here's a quick edit point while it's playing. Does
That's the key.
Wendy like The Godfather?
Never really talked about it.
I mean, have y'all ever watched it
I'm pretty
together?
sure we have.
Okay, I was curious.
What a bizarre question. See, you're doing stuff like you're the feds again. That's a feds question.
That's not a feds. It's only because George Cremona brought up The
Hello,
Godfather.
citizen. Does your wife enjoy The Godfather?
I've not met like.
Now that we've finished our small talk, what time will you be down at the pier later this evening?
If I don't think I've been with a woman that has enjoyed The Godfather.
That is such a bizarre
Thing that they don't like it, right?
No, that is such a bizarre thing for you to have thought about.
It's because he brought up The Godfather. You ready for 6 Degrees of Separation?
Have you ever met a left-handed 9-year-old?
I have.
Oh, for God's sake. Come on. Give me the top. Give me that.
It's a cousin. Anyway,
Yes.
6 Degrees of D'Urville Martin. Where
See, you're getting distracted. That's what I'm saying. You're getting distracted. Stay on task. Oh, yeah, that's what I said. That's exactly what I said.
I swear.
That's exactly what I said.
swear.
Come on, let's go. We gotta get the CARIB gold. Come on. Come on. Look at you.
I'm about to go.
Look, you're right.
I'm going. 6 Degrees of D'Urville Martin, ladies and gentlemen.
Somebody just put a shiny ball in front of you. Ooh, look at this. Come on, man. Come on.
It's Miss Makiba in the
Yes,
chat.
yes.
Hi, Miss Makiba.
See, but you didn't say hi to everybody. Now it's that heifer not seeing that. Sat there. I was like, I'm like 5 years old. I'm like, I know her ass is not about to sit there and not see me again.
6 Degrees of D'Urville Martin, ladies and gentlemen, where I prevent Vincent with two actors who he has to connect in 6 films or less to that 70s man who hasn't been edited from his memory, D'Urville Martin. Keep it in theme
Thematic.
with CARIB Gold.
Okay.
These are two actors of Caribbean descent.
2 actors of Caribbean descent.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Starting with number one.
Number 1.
In 6 films or less.
6 films or
connect D'Urville Martin to
2.
Lorraine Toussaint.
Lorraine Toussaint.
Yes. Trinidadian American actor of great note.
Yeah. Okay. So this is Lorraine Toussaint. That's a good one. This is how I'll get to Lorraine Toussaint. D'Urville Martin is in let's go this way. D'Urville Martin is, of course, in 5 on the Black Hand Side with Dick Anthony Williams, who's in Mo Better Blues with Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington is in The Great Debaters with Nat, what's his name, that made Birth of a Nation?
Nat Turner?
Not Nat Turner. That's Black Revolutionary.
I thought his name was kind of like
What is
that
his
too.
name? Made Birth of a Nation.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'll tell you in a second. Birth of a Nation from 2016. was Nate Parker.
Nate Parker. He is in The Great Debaters with Nate Parker. Nate Parker is in what is it called? Is it Flashing Lights? Beyond the Lights.
Lights. Yes.
With Gugu Mbatha, who is in Fast Company with Lorraine Toussaint.
Take another shot at that title.
Fast, what is the name of that movie? We really like that movie too.
It's a great movie. You got the right.
Fast Colors?
There you go. Fast Color.
Fast Color with Lorraine Toussaint.
Yeah, very good.
That's a good one.
Very good.
Because what else is Lorraine Toussaint in?
Well, the other one you could have went to was Middle of Nowhere.
Lorraine Toussaint was in Middle of Nowhere?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. She's in that. She's in a movie that I don't think you've seen, Selma.
Right.
And she was also in Concrete Cowboy.
She sure was in Concrete Cowboy.
Yeah.
Love Lorraine Toussaint.
I do too.
I think I'm used to seeing her on TV.
She does it. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's done.
Love
certainly more
Lorraine
television.
Toussaint. Oh my goodness.
This next actor
Mm-hmm.
is someone who has done a lot of television, but
Mm-hmm.
to be fair, shows up in film.
Okay. Who's that?
In 6 films or less, connect D'Urville Martin to Romani Malco.
Oh, yeah, Romani Malco. Yeah, that's you can get to him a few ways. How do I want to get to Romani Malco though? Well, I'm gonna get to Romani Malco like this. D'Urville Martin is in, of course, Foul on the black hand side, but once again with Dick Anthony Williams, who once again is in Mo Better Blues. But besides Denzel Washington, Samuel Jackson is in Mo Better Blues. And Samuel Jackson is in, because now you got me thinking about artsy black movies. He's in Eve's Bayou with Megan Good, who is in Anchorman 2 with,
Must be a white guy.
dude from The Office, Steve Carell. Mm-hmm. Steve Carell, who is in 40-Year-Old Virgin with Romani Malco.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very, very, very good.
What other movie is Romani Malco? Because you're right, he does a lot. Because he was on Weeds. Did you watch Weeds?
I did watch Weeds.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. When you went to Anchorman, I thought you were going to go to Will Ferrell.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was also in Blades of Glory.
He sure is in Blades of Glory. Blades of Glory is a lesser Will Ferrell film that I don't watch that often. I forgot he was in Blades of Glory.
He was also in a film that we reference on our show all the time.
Which is?
Top 5.
That's right. He's in like 2 scenes.
Yeah, because I think he's in the family.
No.
He's not in the family?
He's the super effeminate friend / manager of Gabrielle Union's character. Remember, Chris Rock's character is engaged to Gabrielle Union's character, and she's a reality star.
Right.
Romano Malco is her manager, but he's really flamboyant.
Oh, I said I just there's so many people in that family scene. I just assumed that he was in there.
No. It's in because Gabrielle Union is not in top 5 that long. Like maybe 3 scenes.
Yeah.
But they do such a good job of creating this kind of reality star in her life, and he's part of those 2 scenes.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. Very good.
He should work more.
He should. He did.
I really like Romani Malco.
You remember it's now almost 10 years ago. Rum Money.
Yeah.
Is that how you pronounce it? Rum Money? I never knew how to exactly pronounce it. I always see Romani because how it's spelled.
Right.
But anyway, almost 10 years ago, he did a show on Amazon. I don't know if you remember this. At one time, Amazon was like the early days of streaming. They put out like these shows, first seasons of these shows, and you got to, depending on how they did, they would get renewed.
I do remember that.
And he was in this show called Mad Dogs.
Oh, okay.
And it was all about him. I think Michael Imperioli was one of them, and Steven, was it? Yeah, Steve Zahn. Steve Zahn. And they all go down like to the islands to visit their friend, who was played by Billy Zane, who's like this rich dude, to visit him. Like they're all like high school friends or something like that. And they get involved in like this crime stuff that goes down there.
Okay.
And the whole season is them just trying to get through it. It is so funny. They have so much chemistry. These guys, as they and you know it's Amazon, so it looks great. And it's only lasted one season. That's all. And to be fair, it kind of wraps up the story. You know, they would have had to find out, figure out something if they were to continue it. But it was so freaking good, man. I've watched it like I hope it's still on Amazon because I will watch it again. It was so much. And Romani Malco, like, everybody knows he's a vampire. Like
I know
the dude like doesn't. How old do you think he is?
Oh, he's got it. He's our age or a little older because remember he was in the College Boys.
Exactly.
Yeah, he was an MC.
4 years old.
Yeah.
It's like you got like, dude, dog. Like I mean, I guess because he's been bald for so long, but still, like he just.
At least once every 6 weeks, I watch the clip of him and Kevin Hart from the 40-Year-Old Virgin. Cracks me up every single time I watch it.
Never seen the movie.
You've never seen the 40-Year-Old Virgin?
No. I think I've seen a scene from it because this is not the one where is he getting waxed or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not the funniest scene in the movie.
Yeah, but I think I've seen that scene.
Yeah.
But I've never seen the movie.
It doesn't age
well
that well. Like I think these sort of look at the man boys getting into hijinks movies from that period haven't aged that well, just generally.
So you're talking about almost anything Will Ferrell did.
Well, here's the thing about the Will Ferrell movies that I separate them from. And what's his name that directed all those movies? Like, what's his name? Directed 40-Year-Old Virgin. And, he had like 2 or 3 of those movies like that.
Let me go back. 40-Year-Old
Yeah, that's, what's his name?
Was directed by Judd Apatow.
Those Judd Apatow things. That's Seth Rogen. Look at the stunted adolescence of them. They don't really age that well. And I separate the Will Ferrell movies, or the Will Ferrell movies I like, because they're high.
Ones you like.
Well, but I like them because they're high concept.
Okay, fair enough.
So, Anchorman is a period piece. Talladega Nights is about racing. Old School is a period, not Old School. I just forgot the name of the basketball one.
Oh, I know. I can't remember. I know what you're talking about, though.
Even Blades of Glory is figure skating.
Yes.
So, But.
All right. Well, that's 6 Degrees of D'Urville Mark.
D'Urville Mark.
Judd Apatow, though, I will say he did a great documentary about Gary Shandling that I think is on HBO.
I keep hearing about that. I've still not watched it.
It is excellent. And I'm a huge Gary Shandling fan, so.
People tend to be.
Not a Gary Shandling fan?
Oh, it's just kind of left me cold.
Really?
Like, I get it. Mm-hmm. Just was never,
All right, yeah.
Those post-Borscht Belt comedians I run hot and cold with.
He's not post-Borscht Belt.
He's very much in the Jewish tradition of comedy. He 100% is. It is a straight line from Henny Youngman to Gary Shandling.
Oh.
It is a straight line.
Well, I mean, okay, maybe when he first started, but he really evolved into something a lot more deeper. And that's you. No, I'm not saying like as far as stand up goes, he is not. He's maybe in the top 20 of all time, which is still high enough because considering how many.
Yeah.
But he evolved. Gary Shandling, he was a.
Yeah, the Gary Shandling show and all. It just never.
Larry Sanders show, didn't like this.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Larry Sanders show. Yeah, just. Never,
I liked it. Gary Shandling show too.
Yeah, it just never.
Never did it for you.
Never did. And again, I get it. Like I get why people like it. It just didn't.
Are you a Curb Your Enthusiasm fan?
I am.
Wow, that's curious because I would think that you would like because that's same gear, same speed of Larry Sanders show.
Larry, God, I'm just having brain farts tonight.
Larry Sanders, Larry. Oh, you're talking about
the Curb
guy. It's not Larry Charles. It's who's this? Who?
David.
Larry David. Thank you, Alex. Alex
Larry
is sitting
David,
in for Dylan.
Larry David's humor is so dark.
Very dark.
And so bleak.
Yes.
That I just
you eat it up.
I do. Like I can't even understand how he does what he does.
Interesting.
Yeah, so.
All right.
But
it is time for us to move on.
It is time for us to move on.
Time for us to get into our review of 1957's CARIB Gold.
CARIB Gold. All right.
Vincent's selection
for
this stop on the Micheaux mission, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
So we will get into that right now.
I'm ready when you are.
Hold your horses.
Hold my horses.
CARIB Gold from 1957. The hardworking but struggling crew of a shrimp boat discover a sunken treasure. But trouble ensues in this dramatic black cast production. CARIB Gold, directed by Harold Young, written by Charles Gosson and D. Lyle Kretzinger, and stars Ethel Waters, Coley Wallace, previously seen playing Joe Lewis in the Joe Lewis Story, Peter Dawson, Cecil Cunningham, as well as one Cicely Tyson, ladies and gentlemen, and blink and you'll miss her, Diana Sands.
And I must have blinked.
Oh.
Because I didn't see her.
She's there.
That's
She's
what
there, there in the bar.
Yeah.
Geoffrey Holder doing what actually made him famous, dancing. And Micheaux mission favorite, Richard Ward, in Vincent's selection for this stop on the Micheaux mission. Vincent, what say you of CARIB Gold?
Well, you said it at the top of the show and name checked Mike Dennis. And I have to say, one of the real pleasures of doing this endeavor with you is it has exposed me to a whole world and culture of Black film history and Black film enthusiasts. And one of the people that I've gotten to know better because of the Micheaux mission is Mike Dennis and Mike Dennis's organization.
Curator of Real Black. I'm sorry.
The curator of Real Black, who part of his mission is this collection, this preservation of Black film. And periodically I will go through Mike Dennis's YouTube page and scroll. And at some point in the past year, I saw this, CARIB Gold. And as you said, the real big selling point for CARIB Gold is this is the first appearance of the iconic actress, Cicely Tyson. So that's really the selling point for this. So, picked it. Let's go ahead and watch it. And the reason people talk about it as this introduction of Cicely Tyson, frankly, is because it's just a historical document. Like there's
really all
nothing
it is.
really there with this film. It's Cicely Tyson. It's really early footage of Geoffrey Holder. And if you're interested in historical first, if you're interested in early appearances of legendary figures, this is actually something that Real Black is real good at, like this documentation. But as a film that we're going to talk about here on the Micheaux Mission, there's not much here. As you said, the plot is this shrimp boat, and they figure out that there's some hidden treasure. They get the hidden treasure. Things go wrong, basically, with a lot of people, and then the movie is over. The movie's only about an hour.
Yeah.
Even as a highlight for Ethel Waters, like saying that this stars Ethel Waters is really strong. Like Ethel Waters is in maybe 2 or 3 scenes. None of the scenes are longer than 2 minutes. Ethel Waters, besides her acting bona fides, is best known as a singer. She has a song, but
The title song.
The title song, CARIB Gold, but even that only takes a moment. You tease me about not pulling from the crates and this, that, and the other, but let's just be real. Part of the reason I don't pull from the crates is that there are notable exceptions. But come on, man. The vast majority of these movies from the 50s, it's always some guy standing around talking like this. A couple of palookas. Hey, Sam, well, let's go eat some chow. Get some corned beef hash and some French fried potatoes.
Corned beef hash.
And some French fried potatoes.
Okay.
And we're going to wash it down with a cup of joe. And the vast majority of the acting in this film is just like that. And it's pretty forgettable, but we have to talk about it. So, as someone who had to watch it, look for a couple of things. I just joked about these old films, but speaking of old film and old footage, I am a sucker for early underwater footage.
Okay.
So this film was the vast majority of it was filmed in Florida.
Yep.
But the underwater, as we said, it's a shrimp boat. They have to find this sunken treasure. And there are scenes where a diver puts on an old-fashioned diving suit and he goes into the water. And they actually film him underwater. It was filmed at an aquarium in a tank. And I love this footage.
It's cool.
Like it really is just kind of growing up, seeing Jacques Cousteau, and you put a guy in a diving suit, and it's clearly an aquarium.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And he's clearly underwater in an aquarium, and they play the orchestral music, and look, you can get me for like a half hour with that, with just him walking around in the tank, in the aquarium with fish and turtles and things kind of swimming by, and then they cut to a scene with the shark. They don't show him with the shark.
No.
They just show the shark, and then you cut back. If you like that kind of stuff, that's there. And then, as Lynn mentioned, the film just kind of goes on, and they have to gather a crew to get to go and get it. And one of the sailors that they hire is Richard Ward.
Richard Ward.
And Richard Ward is a character actor that we have talked about on this show previously, specifically in The Learning Tree.
Yep.
He was also in a film that you and I have great affection for, Brother John. He was on television all throughout the 70s.
Yes.
Richard Ward comes into this film and completely dominates the entire scenes that he's in. If everybody in this film, including Cicely Tyson, who is very young and very green in her performance,
Yes.
everyone in this film is in 2 dimensions. Richard Ward is in 3 dimensions. Like when he shows up, he absolutely pops.
Yep.
And you realize, oh yeah, this is why this guy had a career. Like, I'm glad someone told Cicely Tyson to stick to this and keep going. But there's nothing about this appearance that would make you think that this young girl was going to become Cicely Tyson.
Not at all.
But Richard Ward is absolutely entertaining from the moment he is on. Where I joked at the beginning, at one point he tells another character, you know, hey, monkey, get out the seat. Let a real man sit down. And he is grimy.
Oh, he's grimy.
Just grimy.
Sweaty.
And clearly he's the bad guy.
Oh, and he knows it. He knows it.
But you find yourself drawn to him because he has life.
Mm-hmm.
So you mentioned Geoffrey Holder. Geoffrey Holder has this really elaborate dance scene where there's one of the sailors who, I don't know if he has any dialogue in the film.
No.
He's one of the
Not
sailors.
audible, no.
He's just sort of in the background, but apparently, so Richard Lawson plays this villainous sailor. He kills one of the characters, the character who is Cicely Tyson's husband.
Right.
Runs off with some gold.
Mm-hmm.
The other sailors have varying degrees of, we're going to get him.
Mm-hmm.
One of the sailors is someone who has been in the whole film, just sort of in the background, on the side, but apparently he's a voodoo master.
I don't think that's the same guy.
He was on the boat.
Yeah, he was on the
No,
boat.
no, that's him in the voodoo scene sitting on the voodoo throne.
Is that him?
That they actually name him. If you look at IMDb at the description, he is a named character who has been in the film. He's a voodoo master, and there's this elaborate voodoo dance that Geoffrey Holder, as you mentioned, is the center of the dance.
So that would be Willie.
Willie. You have to look on the description to know his name is Willie.
True.
Because I don't think he's named. But he sets up this voodoo ritual. And that's kind of interesting. It's like, oh, it's Geoffrey Holder. He's dancing. And it's kind of a nice, because frankly, I think if people know Geoffrey Holder from the movies, they really just know him from Live and Let Die, where he plays Baron Zamundi.
Oh, you know him also from Boomerang.
Yeah, but do you really know him from Boomerang?
Yes, you do.
I think if you show Geoffrey Holder with the hat and the skull makeup, I think that's the lead on the Geoffrey Holder buyout.
Okay, you say so.
That's how he got the job in Boomerang, frankly.
Okay, but then Boomerang.
Yeah, so, but,
I think it was interesting, though, just staying on Geoffrey Holder for a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Because if you only know Geoffrey Holder from the movies,
Mm-hmm.
you don't know that he was this very accomplished dancer.
Right, absolutely.
So I appreciated being able to, and I never saw him on stage because he worked primarily on stage when he was dancing.
Sure.
So I appreciated this opportunity to see him actually, flex his craft on screen. And I appreciated that he was, was he doing an elaborate voodoo dance? He sure was. But he was doing it well. And
absolutely.
And he was putting his whole body into it. And, and I liked seeing, there was something joyful for me in seeing the black body being, honored on screen in that way.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually enjoyed that scene. And there was almost like a little bit of a story there, because some girl one of the young ladies starts dancing with him, and they do some type of thing where she's on his back and he drops her down, and all. So it's almost like they're telling some type of inaudible story in their dance.
Mm-hmm.
But that I didn't 100% catch.
Mm-hmm.
But I appreciated it.
Mm-hmm.
This is the debut of Cicely Tyson, and that's really all needs to be said of it. She's only in about 3 scenes in this movie, and like you said, there's nothing that you see of her on screen that makes you think like we are going to get this phenomenal actress to come. But God bless, she sticks with it. This is, I think, we're nearing the end of Ethel Waters' career as a film star in this movie. I think this is like maybe, if it's not her next to last film, it's like just before that one.
Sure.
And you could tell that for its time, this was a low budget film, and it probably sells on Ethel Waters' name, which is why she's above the title. Why she, they get her to sing the title track, and then the rest of the way she's pretty much is just her role is mom, and she basically is mom. And in a movie that takes place mostly on a boat, you can imagine mom ain't doing a lot because she never is near the boat.
She doesn't leave that room.
She don't leave that room.
She doesn't leave that set.
I don't think she changes her dress.
Right.
So, but it's always still nice to see a legend, if not in their prime, just see them still working,
right?
And still having at least enough presence in Hollywood that she basically gets this movie made. You know what I mean? So that's a testament to her. Everybody else in this film, Coley Wallace, who stars in the Joe Louis story biopic, he is pretty much the lead man in this movie. And it's funny, as I was watching this, like, I've never seen the Joe Louis movie, but watching the film, I was like, he looks like he boxes.
Yeah.
I was just saying that, just in his physicality as he's moving through the movie. And then, of course, there's a scene where he actually does show he's got a little bit of hands. But what I liked about his character, you talked about, he is the person that actually is the deep sea diver, right? And he is the deep sea diver that is called on to do this. And what I liked about that, he's called on to do this by the white captain of this shrimp boat and the owner of the shrimp boat, who is older white gentleman as well. They said, well, we need Ryan. That's his name. Because Ryan's the only guy that can do this. So reading more into the story than it probably wants you to.
Because I hear you.
I like the fact that, the black guy, you need the black guy, right? And like when he sits down and these deep sea diving suits, like you said, these are big rigs that you got to put on, like this hard rubber suit and, huge like helmet. Like, there are white guys that are putting him together because we need you, Ryan. Ryan, you're our only hope, right? Ryan is the hero of the film. I kind of like that. I enjoyed that. The black guy shall save us.
Go ahead.
So that was a joy for me, right? Now, when Richard Ward is introduced, because what you have to remember is, like, this film starts and the shrimp boat crew is like a small crew, right? And they don't know about deep sea diving. They drag a net and they get up shrimp. And there's one black guy in the crew. I thought his name was Bob, but I'm seeing his reference as Barb. But it sounds like Bob when they're talking to him. And he's the guy that's married to Cicely Tyson.
Yes.
And he may be the most earnest black guy ever caught on film.
Everybody's pretty earnest, though.
Yeah, but but he's like really like, oh my God, like, because when they find out that they have a chance to get like the treasure, he can't wait to go home to tell Cecily, like his wife, Dot is her name. It's like, Dot. Oh, you won't believe it, baby.
Well, again,
we're gonna be rich.
It's 1956.
We
had gold, and I mean gold, baby.
We had. Oh,
I don't mean shrimp. I mean actual gold.
Real gold, baby. It'll be steak dinners for us. It's just so earnest, man. But then he's.
What they all sound like in these movies.
I know. But as earnest as he is, he's the one that brings Richard Ward to like, yo, I know just the guy for us.
I know the fella that can help us with this endeavor.
We need a guy that sweats. And he's the one that and from the you said it. From the moment Richard Ward steps onto the scene, because if you didn't think Richard Ward was the bad guy in this movie, Richard Ward proceeds before every single line reading he does. Every single, hey, weren't you the one that was on that other boat that went down? Yeah. Every line reading, he has to scroll up his mouth, and like you said, he went to the dude. Like, dude is sitting there in the chair, minding his business. He walks in, looks at dude. Hey, monkey. Every single line reading is like that. I'm like, yo, this man is synonymous with villainy. It is literally leaking out of his pores.
Oh yeah.
Like, everybody else is dry.
Yes.
The whole crew is dry.
And glistening. Like, everyone looks like they walked right out of wardrobe, right into the set.
Not Richard Ward.
I think he slept in his clothes for 3 days. And then went and cut the grass. And got real sweaty and grimy.
Because I'm the villain.
I'm Richard Ward.
I'm the villain.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God. But this movie, clear sign that this movie realized, ooh, we bit off a little bit too much that we could chew. Because not only is there possibly a half hour of the aquarium footage of him down at the bottom of the sea.
Which I love.
Which you love. There may be an additional 10 to 12 minutes of this hour-long film of Richard Ward running through the woods.
Right, just grimy and sweaty.
Just running.
With his, after he buries, that he dug a hole with his hands.
Yeah, like maybe 6 inches. He buries his two, and then he runs. If we feels like for miles.
Yes.
Until he just happens to turn up.
Gets in the city.
At the same bar.
Yes.
Where our hero.
You know what?
Ryan.
You know what? Let's wrap this up. We need to wrap this up.
We do.
Get him with Ryan, and apparently Diane Sands is in there. And
no, Diane Sands is not there.
Where is she?
Diane Sands is in the beginning of the movie. Remember when Mom is there because it's at Mom's club?
Oh, she's in like the background?
No. Remember Mom is at the club.
Yeah.
And she's sitting with a young lady.
Yes.
That young lady is Diane Sands.
Get out of here.
Yes. That is Diane Sands.
Wow. I'm sorry I missed her. I do love Diane Sands.
Yeah. And I was unsure of whether or not it was Diane Sands, but she's there and somebody comes in. No, she's there and she's with somebody and dude is about to leave.
Okay.
And he says, bye, baby, right? And
yes, I remember all that.
And he goes to give her a kiss.
Mm-hmm.
This is 1957.
Right.
Diane Sands gives him a 1977 kiss.
Look, man.
Because she wraps her arms around him and pulls him in. I'm like, that don't look like 1957. That don't look like 1957. Somebody didn't tell her she was acting.
Look, we're going to talk a little bit more about Diane Sands in a couple of weeks.
Oh, I can't.
With Willie Dynamite.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah,
but it's always room for Diane Sands.
Always room for the great Diane Sands.
But the question before us now, Vincent,
Yes, of course.
would you recommend CARIB Gold?
I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I think it's good to know of its existence. I think it's good again.
And to be fair, this is a film that was thought lost,
Right.
and found in 2009,
Right.
and they they cleaned it up.
They cleaned it up, and Real Black has it on their channel, and there have been a couple of showings of it. A couple of universities have prints in there. So I'm happy that it exists, and I'm happy that we can point to it. This sort of early documentary footage of Diana Sands and Geoffrey Holder, as you mentioned, Geoffrey Holder dancing as a young man, and of course Cicely Tyson. But as a film and its merits as a film, I think you can skip this one.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but I have to agree with you on that one. I extolled or pulled virtues out of it that I could.
You were like a dude in the first half hour of one of the karate movies that we watched as a kid, the way you were carrying water up the mountain for this.
Hey. But at the end of the day, I don't think you need to see CARIB Gold. I'm glad that it exists. I'm glad that it is out there as a document.
Yeah.
And thank people like Mike Dennis and
Absolutely.
Real Black
Absolutely.
for making it available on the web, digitized.
Yeah.
So people
Yeah,
can find it
absolutely.
and enjoy it. But ultimately, it's basically just a curio, and not one that you need to revisit. I don't think. All right.
All right,
ladies and gentlemen. But next week we do have a film that I guarantee you're going to want to revisit. That we're going to be reviewing. But before we tell you what it is, hey, do you like the Micheaux Mission? You can check us out. 2 Men, 1 Podcast. Every black film ever made. You can go to micheauxmission.com, hit swag, and check out all of the cool designs we have available for you by way of our good friends at T Public. We're going to have some new designs going up there probably for the fall. So keep your eye open for that. The Micheaux Mission is also on all of your favorite social media. We are on Instagram. We are on Facebook. We are on X, believe it or not. And one day we may actually be on Threads when I get around to it. But if you look up at Micheaux Mission, you'll find us on all your social media, including YouTube, where we stream every week and we have new videos going up as fast as I can get them edited. We'll get our shorts up, our top 5s, our 6 Degrees of Derville Martin. We got short little clips that'll be going up, all types of stuff going up on our YouTube channel. Subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss when a new video is coming your way or a new live stream. Okay? The Micheaux Mission, if you have a thought, a care, a missive that you want to send to us, you can email us at micheauxmission@gmail.com. That's micheauxmission@gmail.com. Or you can leave us a voicemail, and it may actually be played here on air at 215-867-9666. That's 215-867-9666. Leave us a voicemail for the Micheaux Mission and tell Vince and Len what is on your mind. The Micheaux Mission streams live every Tuesday night from Yunk Junk here in Manayunk, Philadelphia's premier video podcast palace. Go to videocontentfactory.com and book your time in all the other studios that they've got going on here. Shout out to Alex, who is running the boards while Dylan gets his coif cut a la Samson. Alex will be one of the beautiful people that will make your podcast shine here at Yuk Junk. So check it out. And the Micheaux Mission is a proud member of the Podglomerate Podcast Network. The Podglomerate, they make podcasts work. Next week, here on the Micheaux Mission, we are welcoming in the return of a dear friend of the Micheaux Mission from Nashville,
Yes.
Van Everett of the Scenario Radio Show. Our man Van will be joining us, and I think he may even have a friend along with him, to review a Western that is near and dear to both our hearts. That is The Harder They Fall.
All right.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, from 2021, our official review, The Harder They Fall, next week here on the Micheaux Mission. Until then, he's Vince, I'm Len, and in parting, we say,
We'll see you when it's time to meet again.
bye, Sharon.